What's up, folks? So look, this is exciting because this is definitely going to be a movie review, obviously, but I don't know what it is just yet. But I did get some mail, and it's from my friends over at Wells Go USA, who's just been putting out amazing films this year, or getting the rights or distribution rights to amazing films. So I know this is something I'm going to be excited for, but I just don't know what it is. So therefore, I'm going to open it right now and see what it is. I'm just going to do a little bit of shuffling over here first because my address is on it. But then I'm going to show you guys what I got and what I'm going to be reviewing. Then the review will be at the end of this video. So let's see what I got, folks. So, this. Okay. All right. Yo. Invincible Dragon. Oh, man. Am I excited for this. Like, yo, first of all, two of the baddest martial artists in the world are in this right here, and it looks like they're getting ready to square off. And even if they were just playing checkers, I'd be excited. But Zhang from Ip Man 3 and Grandmaster, and then UFC champion and legend, the Spider, Anderson Silva. Oh man, I'm such a fan. I'm a huge fan of his, and the fact of these two squaring off, folks, this is going to be dope. I can't wait. Yes, let me get into this right now. The review will be at the end of this video, so definitely stay tuned, and let's see how it goes. Alright, so I finally got a chance to watch it, and here's my thoughts, and here's the review of The Invincible Dragon. So the first thing is that I found out that this film actually released back in 2019 under a different title, but what I'm guessing what's happening here is that it's now being released in America now that Wells Go USA got probably the distribution rights. That yes, now you can get it October 6th. You can get this DVD or you can get it digitally, and I definitely suggest that you check this out. Number one, before I actually get into the review, Anderson Silva, folks. I am such a huge Anderson Silva fan. I love UFC, I love MMA, and without a doubt, Anderson Silva is the greatest of all time. No one brought it to the octagon like he did. He's a stand-up guy who likes to put on the show, but gets it done. He legit gets it done. And considering all his press stuff leading into fights, the things he would say after the fights, I mean, how could you not like this guy? I mean, he literally pays tribute to Steven Seagal after every victory. Who does that? Like, who gives their graces to Steven Seagal as to the reason why they're so good? Like, Anderson Silva, folks. But I guess with all that, considering, like, I never thought of him being a movie star, and I thought that's something that I just cannot believe that it works, and I thoroughly enjoyed his role in this film. And then alongside of Zhang, who I just thought does a tremendous job as well, talk about his character in a second. The two of them, you know, all roads led to the final scene where they were square off with each other. So quickly, let's go over the synopsis really quick, and then we're going to break down my thoughts on it. So, an undercover agent with a dragon tattoo, Kowloon, which Kowloon actually stands for 9 dragons, continually helped the police to solve mysterious cases, which made him known as a rising star. However, his impulsive personality dragged him into endless troubles. Now everyone's on a hunt for a mysterious lady cop killer, which leads 2 mixed martial artists to cross paths. So, majority of this film is spoken in Cantonese. It does have some, with subtitles. It does have some English, and it also has some Portuguese in it as well. But majority Cantonese with subs. And then I gotta say, I love the set location in Macau. I think that's how you say it, China. Which is basically China's version of Las Vegas. And that's not a slander, because half of the buildings is owned by half of the properties are owned by Las Vegas. So it looks like mini Las Vegas out there. But I absolutely love the set piece that they used for the set location that they used for this film. But this film, like, surprisingly to me, had a comedic tone that I didn't think was going to have. I thought it was just going to be a full-blown, you know, martial artist film with just endless fighting, and it wasn't that, actually. It had a lot of laughs and silliness to it. Not to mention that the score, the music really kept this upbeat tempo that really, even when you try to forget that it was a really like positive like film and not so dark and gritty, that the music continuously reminds you of that. And because this film did not have a rating, I would rate this film a little bit past PG-13. Not quite rated R, but not quite PG-13. It's like the level of the tone in considering all the action, violence, and so on that happens in this film. But I will say this, that it did take a while for the plot to really make full sense. You truly got to stick around to the last phase of the movie where everything gets revealed, because that's when it truly all comes full circle and you can quite understand what's happening here. And I gotta say, like, the final fight scene makes it all worth it, because the showdown between Anderson Silva and Max, it just everything that you wanted it to be. Not to mention, talking about the score again, the rock music in that scene, it is awesome. It is truly awesome. But Anderson Silva, as much as I like this guy, I never thought about him being a crazy evil heel with a sinister laugh, and he nails it in this film. Like, oh my god, he was giving me chills in this one scene where he was giving this laugh off. But I will say, like, this film gave me like a RPG style of filming, and RPG stands for role-playing game, and it's because of like the narration and like the cinematography. Like, it really gave me the vibes like an RPG, and I'm actually cool with that as well too, because it's just totally different than what I expected. But I kind of going back into like the final scene. The final scene is over the head ridiculous that all I can do is laugh. And when you all get there and when you all see this, please just come back. Let's have that talk. But the final scene, I mean, again, the final phase with the fighting is like phenomenal. But the final scene of this film, for real, I'm not even playing. Like, the final, I can't even tell you. I don't want to spoil that for you. But I will say, one of my favorite scenes of this film is when Anderson Silva first, the first time we see Anderson Silva. It's, I like, legit, I lost my shit. And it's easily the best shot scene, just because of the style of the cinematography, because they're introducing my favorite guy. Like, I know I'm fanboying hard right now, but nonetheless, I promise you, the first scene that they show him is truly a sprinkle of the magic that you're going to see between the two characters. So, like, I absolutely had to make that very noteworthy here. But not only just that, there's some very cool action shots, because, like, with it not having a lot of hand-to-hand combat, which I expected, I thought that the action and that they kind of show with like the scenic things and some of the chasing that's going on was really well done. But nonetheless, the choreography was on point. Like, when it was downtime for fighting, the choreography was absolutely on point. That, not to mention, talking about that, there's a train scene that's absolutely amazing that you will absolutely enjoy. But yes, there's a little bit of a CGI. Most of the stunts felt really practical to me. There's a lot of CGI at the very end. I'm just gonna put that out there. But overall, I had a good time with this film. I think, for one, if you watched the previous Whales Go USA movie, Into the Fat Dragon with Donnie Yen, you will like this film 100%. And if you haven't seen that, you will like this film because it's just not just another martial artist movie that you've seen. This one feels different and really unique to me. The pacing was a lot different. Again, I struggled with the plot at first, but the payoff at the end made it all worth it. So, slightly a slow burn, but I wouldn't even categorize it as that. But again, the cinematography really takes it away, because I really love the beautiful shots that they use within the city and some of the other shots that they show, like car shots were really well done and so on. So, but definitely, folks, let me know what you think about this, The Invincible Dragon. This was a really dope movie. In the comments, let me know what you think. And as always, stay tuned, because more reviews are coming to you very soon. Thank you for watching, everybody.